BillsYT, what's happening? Meet TikTok's biggest scumbag who faked cancer for clout, bro. How down bad are people? How down bad do you have to be to fake any type of disease? You feel me? Like,
Imagine you're sitting on your couch or laying on your bed, swiping away aimlessly on TikTok, and you stumble across a TikTok video of someone claiming to have terminal cancer. It tugs on your heartstrings because maybe you have some friends or family members who've had cancer in the past or currently are fighting against cancer. So
exactly. People out here actually dealing with it and living with it, and they have loved ones dealing with it and living with it, bro. And for clout, you're just like, yeah, I got cancer. Donate to me. Help me. Weirdo, you piece of you literal piece of God forbid though. God forbid you actually get cancer now for this bullshit. God forbid. But God don't sleep. God don't like ugly. You know? God forbid anybody in your family gets cancer. Fucking weird, bro. So weird.
or family members who've had cancer in the past or currently are fighting against cancer, so you click on their profile to see how far along they are with their treatments. From there you find out what form of cancer they have, but you also see a link to a GoFundMe account where you could donate money to this creator. The GoFundMe is for the medical bills because they can't afford
37K raised, bro. This is people's hard-earned money and you're faking it.
to pay them, so being the generous person that you are, you donate to the GoFundMe account. But a couple weeks later, you start to see issues with the content this creator is uploading, and how these videos and explanations for their treatments are contradictory to one another. From their equipment that they are wearing to the story that they're explaining, it seems like something isn't adding up. And you start to realize that this is a big scam in order to make a bunch of money off of naive donators who've gotten taken advantage of and used to donate money to someone who never even had cancer in the first place. Today, we talk about the biggest scumbag on TikTok, and trust me, there's a lot of them on that platform. Like,
there's a lot of them everywhere in the world, and it baffles my fucking mind, bro. It literally baffles my mind the shit people would do and say to get some clout or some money. It baffles my mind, bro.
Like Ticks and Roses, who faked having Tourette's for donations and sympathy within the community, or Miles JJ, who
Yo, I remember her. Them shits were fake. Oh my, yo.
having Tourette's for donations and sympathy within the community, or Miles JJ, who faked having autism for donations to fund a new bicycle because his old one was supposedly stolen. But in the end, he stated that he made the whole story up and persona up just to see if it would work. These are just a few scammers on the TikTok platform who are willing to put their image aside to take advantage of unsuspecting victims to make a quick buck. Madison Russo is the most recent scammer who was exposed for her scheme. But unlike the other creators who I previously mentioned, she was one that received a lot of attention from the media and podcasts. She'd get so much attention that Madison was invited to speak in front of thousands for the National Pancreas Foundation. But before we even continue the story, I have to give a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which happens to be Aura. Have you ever thought to yourself, what happens if I Google myself? Start your 2-week free trial, also linked in the description below. Now, like most people, you're probably wondering how elaborate was this scam and how was it so easy to deceive these people who donated? Surely they'd understand that it was a scam right from the jump. Well, this big scam all starts in February of 2022. After finding out she had pancreatic cancer, Madison, who was 19 at the time of her diagnosis, started to post regular updates about her life and about her treatments. Starting in February, she'd post a status on Facebook stating, "This past week has been one that I don't want to relive for many reasons. After feeling sick and just off for a while, several lab work was ordered, as well as a PET scan and bone marrow biopsy to figure out what was wrong. On Thursday, February 10th, I received a call from the oncologist at the University of Iowa saying that the PET scan revealed a tumor on the outside wall of my pancreas, and the bone marrow biopsy revealed the cells were cancerous. From there, I was informed that I had pancreatic neuroendocrine cancer. After meeting with the oncologist, I am currently in the process of freezing my eggs for future fertility use before chemo starts, and I will be starting chemo in pill form and radiation Monday to be on my way to being cancer free.
So she had it, but it went away. She was just dragging it. Is that what she did? Or this literally from the jump, she just fucking lied the whole time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? Because if she had it and it went away, and you know what I'm saying, it just she handled it, it went away type shit. You feel me? And she kept extending and telling people that she still had it. You're still a piece of shit for lying about it. You feel me? But I'm glad the shit went away. I'm glad the cancer went away. You know what I'm saying?
I would be lying if I didn't say I was not scared. In fact, I'm terrified. Anytime you hear the word cancer, it is gut-wrenching. Although I don't know what the future holds, I have to have faith, be patient, and have trust. I know God is giving me this trial for a reason, and He has prepared me. Now the battle starts.
And you're throwing God in there, and you're faking this shit, and you're throwing God in there. Man, listen. If this is real, okay. If the cancer was cured, fantastic. Still doesn't save your ass from being a piece of shit and lying about it, either from the jump or after it got cured. You know what I'm saying? You're still a piece of shit for that, and you're throwing God in there. You're throwing God in there, bro.
God is giving me this trial for a reason, and He has prepared me. Now the battle starts. I'm ready to tackle this beast, attack, and show that cancer messed with the wrong person. This was a status of a seemingly strong person, someone who was going to fight as much as possible in order to live. And at first glance, it seemed legit. Shortly after the status, Madison would post another status saying that she would be posting life updates and video updates on how her treatments were going to show how strong she is. She'd post another update a month later stating that she was able to speak to students at St. Ambrose College, and she'd say, "Today I had the pleasure of meeting and speaking to admitted students and future Ambrosians at the College of Business at St. Ambrose. I was honored to share my story with students, their families, peers, faculty, and staff of my journey of battling cancer, and still being able to finish out my semester because of the supportive and loving culture that St. Ambrose has been giving me during this difficult time." This post was extremely positive, but people started to wonder how Madison could be going through chemo and radiation but still have a full head of hair. Madison would post a status during Easter weekend speaking about the vitamins she uses to keep her hair.
So I take 2 every morning. So biotin, collagen, and keratin are crucial vitamins.
Am I bugging, or I know this shit has nothing to do with it, but she, like, her skin color, bro, it looks like orangey. You know what I'm saying? Like, did she spray tan herself or something?
That are shown to help with like hair, skin, and nail growth. And it's by the brand Well Labs. It's a beauty complex, but you can go to welllabs.com, or I'm sure it's on Amazon. But I've been taking these. I noticed a huge difference with my hair too. So that's been another really great product I think that's helping. And then my last thing is I've been using Olaplex. So I've gotten into the Olaplex game. I've never used it, but I was like, I need something super, super good.
A week later, she'd have to update her supporters once again to state that her cancer was responding great with the chemo and radiation, but sadly the cancer spread to her blood. And along with the stage 2 pancreatic cancer, Madison would also be diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. But these things didn't stop her. In fact, for some reason, it made her even stronger. A couple posts after this, she'd state that she got her dream internship with John Deere, and how she wasn't going to let a little cancer push her to the back burner. and how it was easy to put makeup on and fix her hair to make it to this interview. The post stated, "I threw on a dress, said nothing a little makeup and hair tools can't fix, took my nausea meds and rolled with it. When I got the call with the offer, ironically enough, I was sitting getting a blood transfusion. A good reminder that you can do the hard things in life, whether it is cancer or not. Cancer is not going to put me on the back burner for what I want to achieve, but instead will just be another chapter to my life." Now, in hindsight, this was one of the worst and most out of touch posts she could have ever posted to her Facebook account. It was not only tone deaf to the people who actually had cancer around this time, she also lied her way to an internship with John Deere. Now, around this time,
So the whole thing was a lie. So the whole thing was a lie. She never had it, and she never got it fixed or nothing. She never had it.
a GoFundMe account was created for Madison Russo.
Bro.
But to point out, it was created by someone named Tom Bolin. Now, keep that name in mind for a little bit later,
Ops,
because trust
boyfriend,
me, it all
who?
comes back around. The description of the GoFundMe account states, "On February 10th, 2022, Maddie Russo found out she has pancreatic cancer and has been going to battle ever since to win this war. Maddie is currently undergoing vigorous chemotherapy
That make her very sick. She don't look sick in none of the fucking TikToks.
and radiation treatments. They make her very sick. But just like the Maddie we all know, she never gives up and is a fighter. As one can imagine, this diagnosis has been very hard on Maddie's family. Just like with any cancer diagnosis, the cost of medical bills, gas, meals, and expense can be a burden. And that is something this family should not have to worry about. If you are able to, donations would be greatly appreciated to help cover medical expenses and to allow Maddie to focus on one thing only, which is to show that she is stronger than cancer and will beat this. Please donate/share if you can." The more attention Madison received, the more money went towards that GoFundMe account. But this was more of a lie that she had to consistently reinforce. Madison posted a status of her hair, quote, "falling out," even though you could clearly see that the ends were just cut off and it actually wasn't falling.
That's perfect cuts. These are perfect straight cuts. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god. You want to see falling out? Boy, if I take these braids out and wash my hair, you getting a clump of like hair like this much. You're getting a clump of hair this much, bro. Every time I wash my hair. Every time I wash my hair after taking them off braids, I get a clump of hair. You feel me? She got a fucking trim. Let me do my hair, make it more believable so I can get more money.
Off. Then she'd get a central line which is used for drawing blood, but of course that was a lie as well.
Doing too much. You're doing too much.
She'd then be interviewed on the Project Purple podcast, where she'd state cancer was, quote, ugly.
The first word that comes to mind is just ugly. You know, it's an ugly disease. It's nasty. It's very just aggressive, and you know, it wants to just kill everything. But at the same time, I think I would describe it as kind of like a, I don't know, like ever changing, because it changes you as a person. And I guess I'm kind of going into like the spiritual side of it a little bit, but like, yeah, when I can, like, it truly changes you. Like, I feel like I'm a whole different person than from when I.
Shorty. Bro, oh my god. I don't even want to look and hear her, bro. She's lying about this shit is crazy, bro. A fucking disease, bro, that kills people.
I was,
potentially
before
kills
February,
people. What?
like just my outlook on life, and
fuck out of here.
I know it affects.
Don't want to see her, bro.
People, and we talked about the funding isn't, it isn't there, and I think more advocating needs to be done, and that's why I do it, because I want people to live. I want to live. I want there to be a cure, and to not have to go through all of the terrible, leaps and bounds you got to go through just to have an 11% survival rate. Like, we need that higher, and I wouldn't wish it on nobody. And
Now, for her to go on this podcast and not be sick was troubling and manipulative, but again, this is Madison. During September of 2022, she'd speak about how bad she felt for children with cancer, but would also post photos of herself either at the hospital or near a toilet where she looked like she was throwing up. And in October, she'd be invited to a gala in Chicago where she would speak her story in front of hundreds for the National Pancreas Foundation, which again is horrible. This was equally...
You're fucking disgusting, man. You are disgusting. Oh, bro, I'm like, just looking at her face is I'm gross, bro. I'm grossed out.
As horrible as the interview she had with the North Scott Press just a few days later, where Madison made some comments that made it seem like it was easy to fight how cancer affects you mentally, like where she said, "Of course every day can't be sunshine and rainbows, but you can't just choose to be mad at cancer. It just happens to people. If you stay depressed and in a dark space, I feel like your body will never get better." Another tone-deaf statement from Madison. Of course, this interview comes after finding out that she had a football-sized tumor on her back, which was inoperable, and how she only had an 11% survival rate.
Oh, whoa.
Tumor on her. From Madison. Of course, this interview comes after finding out that she had a football-sized tumor on her back.
A football-sized tumor on her back? Is that what he said?
Of course, this interview comes after finding out that she had a football-sized tumor on her back, which
Yo, this is nah. This is beyond me, gang.
Which was inoperable, and how she only had an 11% survival rate over 5 years. Now, as Madison's TikTok started to gain more and more traction, there were more people questioning the authenticity of her videos and cancer diagnosis. People started to point out the discrepancies within Madison's TikToks, and she started to lay a little bit under the radar. In January of 2023, she'd post an update to her GoFundMe account stating, "Overdue update. Maddie's cancer has been progressively getting worse and has spread all over her body, including throughout her blood and also on her spine. She has tried everything and given it her all. Chemo, radiation, and other methods have no longer helped."
Bro, if the person who made this GoFundMe, I forgot the name, but if it's a doctor, bro, oh my god.
She has decided to start a clinical trial drug to see if this could be a miracle and put Maddie in remission. The process is unfortunately not short and will be years ahead, yet she's still smiling. Even with feeding tubes and IV poles, Maddie thanks all of you for your continued support and
that too, bro. I was just thinking this. She's recording all of this, right? Her journey, whatever. I don't even want to call it a fucking journey, bro. Feel me? She's recording all of this. Why haven't we seen any videos of her in a hospital bed, tubed up, wired up, all of that, right? Why haven't we seen any of that?
prayers during this time, and she wants you to know how grateful she is for each and every one of you all. She said she wishes she could just go and give everybody a big Maddie hug and individually thank each person. Without this support, she would not be where she is today and couldn't have made it this far. Here's to the greatest comeback story ever and a miracle in 2023. With a photograph of her with a tube in her nose, this was Madison's nail in her coffin. After this, medical professionals reached out to her local police station to give them information about her TikTok videos and how there were major discrepancies and life-threatening videos that could affect anybody that tried to do what she was doing, because she was obviously...
Oh my, yo, I'm so fucking disgusted. Like, I deadass don't even want to look at her face, bro. And granted, she's a good-looking woman, but bro, her actions make her so fucking ugly, gang. I don't want to see her face anymore, bro.
faking cancer. Also, I forgot to mention, her GoFundMe account was close to surpassing $38,000. Now, this led police to arresting her during her class, and during the investigation, the police found medical equipment such as an IV pole, IV tubes, and medical badges.
Wait.
Not only that, but they also found a 2023 Kia Sportage, $346 in cash, an iPhone with a black case, a brown wig, 2 different planners, 4 pages of emails from Coachella, financial statements with bank information, including information about another person, 2 prescription bottles prescribed to another person, receipts, gift cards, and a Michael Kors purse. They also reached out to her doctor's office to see her medical history, where it was proven that Madison Russo was never diagnosed with any form of cancer, and she lied about the entire story. But the story gets even darker. Now, allegedly, this was all a ploy between Madison and Todd Bolin, the guy who created the fraudulent GoFundMe account. The TikTok account that's been documenting the whole situation uploaded text messages from someone close to Madison's family. Now, again, take these screenshots with a grain of salt, but in them, they state, here is a little bit of an idea / timeline that came from close family friends to the Russos. So it starts with
Having an affair for 3 years. Maddie's mom was always trying to get her away from him, but obviously never worked. In December 21, Maddie fakes a pregnancy to get Tom to leave his wife, Janet, who has a daughter with Jill. The daughter with is giving him a granddaughter. February 22, Maddie claims she has a football-sized tumor on her spine. No evidence. Takes herself off her mom's insurance.
Maddie Russo and Tom Bolin having an affair for 3 years. Peggy, Maddie's mom, was always trying to get her away from him, but it obviously never worked. In December of 2021, Maddie fakes a pregnancy to get Tom to leave his wife, Janet, who he has a daughter with, Jill, who has given him a granddaughter. It doesn't work, and Maddie threatens to expose him. February of 2022, Maddie claims she has a football-sized tumor on her spine. No evidence. In the following months, Tom is paying Maddie's bills, while Maddie only lets Peggy go with her to public events, speaking, fundraising, etc. Maddie and Peggy go to a gala in Chicago, where Peggy finds a doctor willing to give a second opinion. Maddie freaked out, called her mom every name in the book, called Tom, and got a flight home immediately, leaving Peggy there alone. January comes around and Peggy gets a call asking about how Maddie is moving to a very expensive condo in Bettendorf with a brand new car. Peggy is shocked and tries to reach out to Maddie, but of course gets nothing. Maddie didn't just raise $38,000 on GoFundMe, which the majority of the donations were Tom using fake names. She's raised well over $100,000 in her own profile care accounts. Again, take these screenshots with a grain of salt because they could be false, but since Madison posted bail, of course from Tom, it seems like everything has been extremely quiet. Now, Madison is the epitome of someone who will do anything in their power to continue a lie in order to benefit from the situation. Not only did she benefit from her stories, but she also benefited off of other cancer patients who were actually dying. But again, she didn't care. She lied in their faces, suggesting that they need to be positive in order to beat cancer when it normally doesn't work like that. Now, Madison is a loser. Don't be like Madison. But how do you feel about this situation? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any creators you want me to check out or make videos on, leave them in the comments below. But you could also suggest them to me on my Instagram or Discord server, which will be...
She's more than a fucking loser, gang. She is a fucking weirdo, grimy, dirty, all of that. Utterly disgusting that she would use such a serious disease just for clout. Her smile while she was surrounded by people who actually are going through such pain is horrifying. Bro, yo, oh my god, this right here, bro. This shit right here. You fucking weirdo. You fucking weirdo. You're a piece of shit, bitch. What? Actual cancer has the same vibe as Tania had, faking her survive and losing her fiance on island so she can hang out in support groups she had no business being in. Keep asking us how low will people go every time a new scumbag drops, but we just keep getting lower and lower. Bro, not gonna lie, I hope she gets help because it's some sick shit to do, because this just reminded me of my god brother who died of cancer, and it got me very emotional because he died at a young age. Literally, bro. People actually going through this shit. And you here trying to make a bag. Fucking weirdo. Bro, I don't even want to see her fucking face. Fuck this bitch. The fuck? Mad weird, bro. So dumb. So fucking dumb. What? Yo. Hey, God forbid she actually gets cancer. God forbid anybody in her family gets cancer. God forbid her kids get cancer. But God don't sleep. He don't like ugly either, bro. Let me know what you guys thought, man. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm out.